So as you can see, it's no longer the Swift Dzire, something we reported to you. The car will be called just the Maruti Suzuki Dzire now, and the reason is because it's really coming to its own as a brand. There are more than 13,81,000 of these on the road, sold since 2008, and which is why Maruti can also afford to really spend a lot more money on this particular third generation. How has that been done? Well, the primary difference is that the A pillar is a lot more angled, more sedan-like, says the company, and so it will not just be the hatch with a boot. That's how it has been in the past 2 generations, and so which is why up to this point is where you find a lot of commonality with the future Swift hatch, which arrives in February. But this part is different. That means you have a different roof panel and a completely different angle, and which is why when you view the car from the front, it looks a lot bigger than a subcompact sedan, even though it does sit below 4 meters, of course, at 3995 mm. The face is sort of similar to what we've seen with the new Swift that we've already showed you glimpses of, but the front grille is very different indeed, and the idea is to again try and go a little bit premium. Most of what you see is standard, though of course this car has the daytime running LED lights, which will only be on the Z trim, and you get to see a lot more chrome, etc. that's been thrown around as well. There will be lots of new colors. There's a new brown and there's this new Oxford blue as well, and now we need to go inside. It's a roomier cabin and the wheelbase has grown by 20 millimeters. It gives you a lot more sense of space as well. Rear legroom is really generous, and the rear seat angle is a lot more comfortable as well. That's the first impression anyway. You've got a rear AC vent, and the palette is a nice light beige, which is sort of similar to the last car, but the two-tone has been done differently. There's also this little wood element that's been thrown into the top end. Flat bottom steering wheel, steering controls, phone controls, all of that is stuff that you've seen before. Just the layout and the design is nice and updated. Instruments also nicely finished, and you now have that new touch screen, which is, well, you're seeing it across most Maruti cars now. The top end versions get this touch screen, which have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Mirror Link, and of course also gives you navigation as an option. AC's got the climate control option again at the top end, which is nice. And the big change, both petrol and diesel, the engines that you're familiar with, will now have the AGS or the AMT option. This car, as you can see, has that, and that's a nice little feature. I can tell you it's going to be very popular, unlike the last car where you got the diesel with the AMT and the petrol had the old conventional automatic. So big changes, nice and roomy, and again the attempt to go a little bit upmarket.